You gotta get Keem on that bitch.
Oh, yeah.
He just dropped.
Sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Close Friendz Podcast, where we don't judge and we don't budge. Stand on it. We got a special guest in the house, and we have his close friends as well. Y'all make some noise for King.
Yes, sir. Glad to be here, man. Shout out to Close Friendz Podcast,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, bro. I'm blessed, feeling highly favored, feeling high, of course. So, we out here.
I can definitely tell through the music, bro. You in a happy space in your life, bro.
For sure. It's happy, but don't get me wrong. It's. I think this project was like finding happiness through the suffering. Just to give you like a little backstory, this time last year, more like March last year, we really didn't know how we were gonna come up with Glass Ceiling. It like the title of the project wasn't even Glass Ceiling to begin with at first, and I felt like I was sitting on my hands and twiddling my thumbs, and a nigga had a conversation with Sean one day, and I was just like, man, what am I doing? What am I doing? I got one song that's coming out, and shout out Spinrilla, but like outside of that, I didn't really have any other motion, and I felt upset with myself. So I said, okay, screw this. I'm about to step outside my comfort zone and record at a bigger studio. I'm about to work with an engineer who I'm not used to, who I've not worked with before, and we're finna knock this shit out. So
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. So for those who don't know, who is Sean to you?
Sean, OTS
Step
Sean.
up to the mic a little bit. You good?
Sean, OTS Sean, that is my manager.
Okay. So tell us who you brought to the station with you today.
So today, I brought my dog, Deshaun Visions.
What's going on?
Tell him what you repping.
Yo, what's going on? It's Deshaun Visions. I'm from Sacramento, California. Just moved here a year ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
My dog is busy. His music is crazy, and yeah. And here I have Miss Latatiana.
Oh, not the whole name. Not the whole name. I just said Tatiana.
My bad.
Everybody know me as Titi, though. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know who I am.
All right. So how did y'all feel, Deshaun and TT? How did y'all feel about the project when y'all first heard it?
Well, can I go first? Deshaun, you mind?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
this is my first time meeting him. I gotta be nice to him, y'all. Y'all know how I am. I honestly, when it comes to King's music, I have to come with an objective ear because, as you know, we're friends. We've been close friends. I have played forever. Like, literally, I've known this man since I was in the 5th grade. So, for me, it's difficult because I also have a weird relationship when it comes to rap. Like, rap has changed so much from what we're used to. I mean, think about the 2000s and when we was in school to now. So, for me, it's like trying to follow his sound. It's like, where is he going? And I know where he really wants to be. So this project, I feel like he's getting closer and closer to who he really want to be and where he wants to go.
Okay, Deshaun?
See, for me, I found out about Keem even before I even came to Georgia through, like, social media type stuff. And it was, like, right when Euphoria dropped. And I'm like, damn, this dude is dope. And then we just tapped in, and we was solid, like, ever since. And I'm on the project, so I got the luxury of, like, being a part of the process of it and hearing, like, different stuff as it was being made. And, I think it's definitely one of those ones. And I think, over time, the more people, get hip to it, the more they're going to be like, oh, shit, who is this dude? We sleeping on him.
Okay, so you say you're featured on the artist as well. Your artist name is Deshaun.
Yes, sir. Deshaun Visions.
Okay. All right, so how was it working with him and the other artists that were on that on your album?
That shit was insane.
Okay.
It was insane. Like, you know how we were used to recording. You know? And you know how, like, to an extent, those sessions were intimate. So when I say, like, stepping outside of my comfort zone, it wasn't just the big studio and the engineer. It was putting myself in a vulnerable enough state where I'm content with knowing there's going to be 8 to 7 people here in this session. And 5 of them I've never recorded in front of before. You know, I've come across numerous artists, and I understand the sentiment where they say, you know, I have to have privacy. I can't record in front of a total stranger, where it's like, why are you in my session? What are you contributing? And although I do get that, I was just telling my boy the other day, there are going to be times in this field of work where you may have a feature on a track and you go to the studio to lay your shit down, they may got like 13 niggas with them. Which you're not finna perform to the best of your ability because these strangers are here? No, you finna knock that shit out.
Yeah, facts.
That's what we're here for.
Facts.
So, working with a lot more people than I'm used to was a beautiful thing because it got me out of that shell. But working with, you know, people like Deshaun specifically, shout out Sonny, shout out Queenie LaSoul, shout out the Kid Have, Sunday. Working with those people, it showed me different perspectives, you know, different walks of life, and also like how you can help somebody come up with the absolute best product there is through sharing views and perspectives and ideas. You know, there were people who weren't even on songs, but they had ideas that contributed to making the song better. So, yeah, that's what it was like working with all of these talented individuals.
Facts. So what is your favorite song from that album?
Wow. It changes daily. So I think
Slide.
I miss a slide.
I feel like that's what you're gonna say. That's what you want to say.
That is it seems to be the winner right now. But honestly, I'm kind of feeling like For My Dogs these days, which is the track with Deshaun on it.
Okay.
Yeah, Sirski.
Personally, my favorite right now is Have Some Fun.
Hey.
That's my track. Like, bro, I love that. I want to meet the artist that's on there.
Shout out to Kid Have, man.
Second, For My Dogs, for sure. I really mess with that.
My God.
Now, I did have questions about Not Afraid.
Okay.
At the end, you hear you speaking to somebody about what you and June's conversation with. June is another artist.
Correct. Shout out June.
About y'all conversation. What was that conversation like? Because we only get a little glimpse of what June was explaining to you and how you felt about it. But how did that conversation happen?
Basically, you know, for the people who know of me but don't personally know me, y'all know I'm a diehard anime fan. So when I'm looking at this rap shit and I'm gauging, you know, my peer space, I'm looking at it like it's anime. I'm looking at it like it's, okay, this nigga has this type of skill set. This guy, she does this, she does that, they do that. Okay, they're a collective over here. All right, well, what I was saying was, to an extent, you have to, also in this field, you have to like constantly find drive to level up yourself. And what I said was, you know, all of the niggas have, like, everybody's pretty much gotten a new level. You can't be out here still on blonde hair. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta Super Saiyan blue your shit. You gotta get the blue hair. You gotta move up. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, it's new now. It's new out here. Okay. Niggas is out here. For
Do
real.
you mind if I ask him something?
No, go ahead. You're the close friends, y'all.
I just want to know, what do you feel like your Super Saiyan is? What do you feel like your skill set is that sets you apart from everyone?
I'm God shit. Like, I'm God tier shit.
He said, I'm that one, not
Well, what do you
two.
think it is? Like, what separates you from everybody else?
Imagination.
Okay.
Imagination. I like to get conceptual with pretty much everything that I do. I like to get the aesthetics right with everything that I do. Even down to like my music videos, I've always had some type of hand in getting those directed, created, the type of colors, the type of locations, the angles, the props, surroundings, stuff like that. Those are all things that I've catered to, like, my imagination. and stuff like that.
I think my boy Tremaine Trigger Trey is in the house. He had a question if you wanted to come
Brother
over.
Tremaine.
Come on over, brother.
Let's do it, Tremaine.
Come on, man. Come on over,
And
brother.
pass the liquor while you on the way. Thank you.
No, I was basically just gonna ask you what your favorite animes are.
Perfect question.
Full I'm trying to get it.
So I'm gonna be real, right? For a long time, my first was Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. It was but I found a new one that I started about 7 years ago. This shit is beautiful. It's Evangelion.
I knew
I've heard of that one. Yeah.
So, of course, Neon Genesis came out in the 90s, and that's the 90s series. But they revamped the series, and they summed it up into 4 movies. So I found out about... By the time I found out about the revamp, because I didn't watch the 90s shit. By the time I found out about the revamp, they had already had 2 movies out, and the third one was coming up. This is like 2015. So they going crazy. Emotion is crazy. Fighting scenes, crazy. Character development, crazy. It really, that's what I look for when I'm watching an anime.
Facts.
It's not just the fight scenes and the animation itself. It's more like, how much can you get me attached to these characters?
Facts.
You feel me? What battle cries can you show me? What crying scenes can you show me? What type of cerebral experience can you show me in this anime?
It's like when they really dig down and really have to like
Correct.
become something new. That's why I think people resonate with like Naruto heavy.
Facts.
Because it's like no matter what they threw at him, no matter what the village treated him like, no matter who doubted him, he said, "I'm going to be the Hokage."
Yep.
For sure.
And y'all can't stop that.
So my hero's trash? That's what we're saying?
What?
I'm asking.
No.
I feel like I'm being attacked. Is my hero trash? Okay, good. I'm just making sure.
See, this is what we trying to get Tremaine to come in and start his podcast, because we gonna get him going.
Big anime, movie, TV, cartoon. That's
Nah, I'm right here with you, bro.
Facts.
For sure. I'm a collector.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Definitely.
Same here.
So what I'm about to do now is I want to take it back to high school for a second.
All right.
Jesus
I want to.
Christ.
First off, I think in my younger days I was really immature, and I kind of let the time go by and just did what I had to do and stuff. And I never gave the people around me their flowers. So for one, I want to give you your flowers, bro. Because a lot of the memories that I have wouldn't be the memories I have if it wasn't for you being there. June, Jarvis, bro. Like, I was telling Paul, bro, the fact that we was able to keep climbing
right after high school, it's a beautiful thing. It's a
Bro.
blessing, bro.
Definitely.
It's a blessing. Like
and y'all was supporting us creatively, being there by our side, going on trips and stuff.
man, we were friends. Like, think about it. To be able to say, like, we graduated and, signed a contract that would eventually have us going out to New York to perform and, do what we're doing right now, talk at, like, a radio station and have these mics in front of us. Like, we were doing this at 17. We met with a label at 17. We went to Bad Boys building. It was so many different experiences that
We got kicked out of 106 in Park, my nigga. Like, we was
Oh,
like, before they
crazy.
got 106 in Park canceled, bro, it was a blessing. We were
For
in
sure.
the building, bro. Like, that's,
crazy.
bro, like, bruh.
it's an experience.
Henry
It's an
County is a
experience, bro.
different place.
We opened up for Keep Sweat.
Keep Sweat,
30,000 crowds.
Wow.
bro.
Light skin keeps
Well,
wet.
so for those who don't know, I was in a group called the Famous Boys, and we had like a thing called Team Famous, and really it wasn't they were a team or like they're a group. They were their own individual artists. It was Keem, June,
Gates.
Gates.
Jay Gates.
I don't want to forget Jada.
That was it.
That was it. So, bro, we would tour. We'd go to New York, like he said, meet with Sony, go to Bad Boy, 106 in Park, go to Key West, Orlando. We was just really on the east side, but they
Y'all
brought
still
so
out there.
much to the table, like as far as the show goes. Like, doing it by ourselves, we wouldn't have been able to do it without these guys. Like, they would come in and do their set while we're changing or getting ready for the next thing. And the crazy thing is, wherever we went, we would get our own, like, love. I remember Key West in Florida, they loved them some Keem. Like, I suggest Keem go back to Key West, bro, and take over. Cause, bro, like, they was in love with Keem. And, bro, it was
shutting them high schools down.
for real. And then some moments they wasn't able to be with us. I remember we got to do the Grammys. But I recently, like 2 years ago, I did the Snoop Dogg concert.
Fire.
And I remember stepping in the stadium, and I think the last time I was there, we were all there. We did a Dream Game, a halftime performance for the Dream Game.
Wow.
So I'm just sitting there thinking, like, damn, like, I really wish my guy. It's not a text where I can say pull up,
it's a
but
full circle thing, though.
yeah, it was a full circle thing. Like, I wish they could be here, just to be on. I would bring them on stage with me if they was here at this moment right now.
You know we come up.
That's
Yeah,
real.
and it seems like those experiences are things that have shaped y'all. Like, just because y'all were able to do that so early, it's like that's the drive that keeps y'all going. Because you've seen that it can happen. You've seen that it can be obtainable. So it's like,
Correct.
that's crazy.
Oh, man, for sure. Like, it's reachable for all of us. I know even with myself, like, after the group kind of calmed down and I decided to do this music thing by myself, it was like the way the blessings kept coming in, even though I was by myself, it was, I'm like, this is meant for me. In some way or some form, I'm meant to be in this industry. And it, like, you said we're friends. I take that, I don't think so. I find that word disrespectful. I think we're brothers.
Fact.
Because we may not always see eye to eye on something.
For sure.
But if something happened to one of y'all boys, bro, I'd be heartbroken, bro. So it's like we don't have to have a relationship around music, the business of music, but you can call me whenever, talk about whatever you want to, and it ain't even gotta be music.
Sure.
So that's just, bro. That's how much of an impact y'all made on me. And even to this day, bro, I just want to be around to congratulate y'all and celebrate y'all, bro. For sure.
But
So,
do you think that's an age thing, too? Like, because you were younger, do you feel like you looked at them a certain type of way? Like, oh, these guys really influenced me because they're older and they're doing this shit.
I think I had to find grace because there's been times where I've been upset with these dudes. Like, about, like, crazy. Them being in the studio without me, I'd be tight. Them doing a performance without me, I'd be tight. And it's like, at a certain point, they going to do what they got to do for their career.
Yeah.
All I got to do is be myself 100%. And the Just Junior experiences is what they going to get. And hopefully I get 100% of their experience. So I'm not going to be able to be at every show, be at every studio sessions. But I'm going to show my true self and make sure I congratulate you. I listen, I tune in. Give you my thought on the project or the thought on the performance and keep it moving.
Feedback.
Yeah,
Genuine feedback.
for real. Like, even if these dudes he make it tomorrow and he'll never talk to me again, that's my brother. I'm proud of him.
That's
like,
real.
That's just what it is.
That's
like,
real. That's real. So I got a question for the both of y'all, actually. At the end of the day, like, where do you see yourselves musically?
you want me to? I think music will forever be an outlet for me. Whether I'm making money for it or not, I'm going to continue to make my music. And then on the other aspect, the stuff we went through as children, bro, artist development feels like it's in my blood. So it's like, I feel like I can help somebody get there if I can't get there. So it's like, if somebody needs my help, they want me to step in as a manager, I got the tools. I know what to do because I've done it for myself and I've done it in a group as well.
That's real.
Y'all make some noise for Maya. You in the camera. This is my wife, by the way.
Yes, wife. Hi, wife.
I know who y'all are.
This is TT Deshaun, and you know King.
Deshaun. King, let me just say, your music, bro.
She's there.
No.
She's
It's
there
so
for it.
amazing. Oh my God. Your
Thank you.
elevation with your music has been amazing. I'm here for it. So.
Thank you. I appreciate you for listening.
Of course.
Bless you.
And even if these dudes do make it without me, I got music with their voice on it. I'm gonna put it out
I
regardless.
was gonna be like, where did that anger come from? Or not anger, but why were you upset? Was there any insecurity in there? Like, why do you feel like you were upset that they were doing anything without you?
I was going through personal things in my own life, and I wanted a shoulder, somebody to talk to, and I feel like back then, out of all of them, I know Keem I could have called and had a
Very
really
vulnerable
mature
guy.
conversation
Very
with. He's a
vulnerable
real
guy.
mature person.
Yeah.
But back then, I feel like my ego wouldn't allow me to reach out.
What was the
Got
question?
you.
I just wanted to know why he mentioned earlier before you walked in that he would be upset when they would have studio sessions without him and things like that. And I thought, was there
I
any
like that
insecurity
question.
in
women,
there?
Women ask the best questions.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna bring it gender based, but I didn't want to go there yet.
It's okay.
But the fact that you said your ego and all that came into play, those are all guys here. These are all men. These are
And
all
mind
guys.
you, I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
please.
It's not just him, like I had my issues. My issues were like I had to grow up and understand these people came up with us. They grew up with us. They're not acting this way out of spiteful intent, so like I won't say their names, but there are people who have said some very hurtful things.
Step up to the mic.
There are people who said some very hurtful things to us, being me and June and our collective. And although I am easy to forgive and forget, others need time. Others need more requirements. Others need time to talk. So that's just that, and that's how it is. But that doesn't mean that, like Junior said, we can't draw that line and then say, regardless of the fact, this is still my brother, this is still my brethren, this is still.
And I actually had a question for following up her question. You were talking about at the time how you had pent up aggression and you held certain things against them type stuff. Like those specific people or whatever went on in the past. Like, are you to the point now to where you can look back and be like, damn, it was stupid, and then reach out and like have conversations? Or
It depends, because I feel like one reason I didn't reach out back then is because not everybody maturity is up there to have vulnerable conversations. Some people be like, man, that shit gay, bro. Don't stop talking to me about that shit, bro. They get aggressive back, so it's not really a listening thing. It's a head-on thing. So I'm not trying to be head-on with these guys.
I feel
not these guys. Anybody else, but not these guys. So later on, I've had my conversation with each and every one of them. How they take it is how they take it. Some kind of just rub off and we still act the same way around each other. Some we can laugh about it. We good. I can call every now and then. But it just all comes with maturity. I think one thing about growing up, you got to have grace.
Yeah.
Whether it's for your mama, your daddy, they all were a baby at one point just like you.
Thanks.
So sometimes you got to be like, poor baby, and keep it moving.
But that's interesting to have that grace, but your ego is telling you what?
My ego?
What did it
What did you
say?
say about your ego? Did you say something about your ego being like what?
He was just saying it was ego. He was saying it was ego why he wouldn't reach out. So you speak this grace. You obviously know what you're doing.
Yeah.
What is your ego telling you? What is in your head?
What you think?
No, I kind of want to like. Sorry,
Go ahead, come on.
I'm
Mike.
sorry. I hate to be this way. I wanted to be here sooner.
Come on.
But like, I'm assuming you're talking about just the past and like with
We're
things,
just talking
music
about,
specifically.
and our relationships as with Team Famous, the Famous Boys, and how we've grown.
Well, I've been there for about 8 years with you,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of like an outsider looking in more so, and I've had the pleasure to know a lot of people who have blessed, the music in Henry County and all that great stuff. Because, some talent out there. But what I will say, and I'd say you weren't wrong on how you kind of judged what you were doing. Yes, there was ego. I feel like there was ego with everybody. But I also feel like sometimes when people do reach out and you don't get the answer you want back, because let's not say you weren't reaching out. You did reach out to several people. Now, maybe not, whatever situation. I don't know where y'all talking about before I got here. But there has been multiple times where, hey, I let you know I'm your brother. I see you as this way. It's love. It's all good. And we say we're going to do good. And then that next step is, we're back at the same place we were when we had that first conversation. So, yes, there is grace. Yes, that is your brother. But I also believe we can do a disjustice to ourselves when we're continuing to give, and we're not being poured into.
That is the biggest facts.
So, now, being able to look at you guys as men and not the children y'all used to be, a lot of you guys have elevated and been able to come to that conversation and say, you know what, yeah, we might have had these problems, but we can move forward. And I've been able to have the pleasure to watch that myself. And it's the most beautiful thing, truly. So I don't really want to say it was a lot of ego there. I think it was a lot of just a lot of emotions. I feel like at one point you were more afraid to reach out for being judged. And I think a lot of men go through that specifically. There's not really a space for men to communicate or to know, hey, this is how I get that across to you guys. Yes, you're my brothers, but I felt like this was done to me. Or I felt like, hey, I was left out in the situation. And it wasn't just with him. It was with people I had the pleasure to meet. Where I'm like, dang, I wonder why we weren't told, you felt that way. Because I would have made a difference. We could have did this a different way. And it's like, we got so much talent in one room. And it's like, why can't we not work together and make this shake? But I don't want to really say it was ego for you personally. And not even a lot of people in y'all's circle. Like, I really have had the pleasure to be on the outside, Like, I get to be at the studio session just watching you guys. Or the social media beef. Or whatever you guys are going through. But I don't know if I want to say it was ego.
I like to use the word ego because he used it.
Yeah, I know. I figure he used it.
Men are more comfortable with saying ego than the word that you used, which was afraid.
Yeah.
Men are not going to say the word afraid when it comes to their emotions. So I like to pretend like ego is what he meant.
Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. But no, I figured, baby, you were the one who used that word because she was kept trying to break you down with it.
I just want to see if he's going to use another word.
Yeah, I'm saying like ego. That's not it. But beautiful though, yeah. So I'm happy y'all had this platform. I missed a lot of good stuff.
And one thing I'm hearing is, at the end of the day, you tried. You know what I mean? Like, after that, after you put it out there, like, hey, I'm coming to you as a man, letting you know, like, hey, whatever it was. Like, we're here now type shit. So it's like, if they're not choosing to accept that and move forward, that's not on you no longer. That's on them.
Period. Beautifully put.
Okay.
That's
nice little mood breaker. This is it. This is the close
But
friends.
that's the thing. You'd be afraid.
It was a thing of fear because it's like you never know how if somebody does want to like bump heads like for no reason. And like I'm the type of person, I'm not gonna let you talk to me crazy. Like I'm gonna say what I gotta say, walk away. But if you keep going, it's going to be a keep going thing. So sometimes you just got to close that door, open it a little bit later if you need to. Yeah.
Do you have siblings?
I do have a sister, yeah.
Okay, so normally when y'all either have a falling out or whatever, it's typically that way. Like, you're going to be brother and sister for life.
Because if somebody try her, I'm still pulling up.
And it doesn't matter. And so you called him your brother. And mind you, I'm an only child. So I'm taking this shit serious, like when you say sibling. So it makes sense for you to keep opening that door like you would with a real sibling.
Yeah, that's the only way I could think about it. And I had a shrooms trip that actually brought me to that.
The drugs.
That's that shit.
That's what I wanted to hear. I knew it was a revelation.
My first thing was like, when I first did it, I just wanted to like break soul contracts. Like, like...
What does that mean?
I feel like we live forever, over and over and over and over again. We come across each other over and over and over again. I want my next life to be a breeze. Like, so I don't want this one person be the reason of my depression or the reason why I'm upset with what I got going on. Everybody has, the Bible. Everybody got their own book. Some chapters are smaller than others. Some chapters are longer than others. So
for sure,
that's how I think about it. And my next book, I want to make sure like I'm getting things done and these barriers are not in my way. Like,
so 2 questions.
What's up?
1, what's the most you've taken? And 2, did that amount get you exactly what you just explained?
The most I've taken is about 7.
We both taken 7 apiece. Originally shrooms, it was pushed. My brother passed away 3 years ago. So I personally was the one like, hey babe, I'm trying to try something new here. I need a breakthrough. I'm stuck right now emotionally. For me, grief put a weight on my chest that stopped me from living to an extent. So he had his own trauma with, friendships, family, and this was something new for me that I was going through with grief. And I needed something different. So me and him both decided to say, okay, well, let's take the step together. Initially, when we first had our first shroom trip, it was not a 7. It was going to be, how much? It was like a 3.5 a piece. Yeah. we both cried immediately. Like, it was like an instant relief. Like, the pain was just coming out, but it was so refreshing.
It felt good.
It felt like those tears felt like life coming down my face. It gave me a new light. And when I looked over there, my husband was tearing up like a baby. And I was like, oh, I love it. This is everything.
I suggest shroom people who are trying shrooms, sit down and listen to Janae Aiko's, what's the name of that album, y'all know? You know the name
It's the one where she in that yellow turban.
What's the name?
I'm sorry.
Psychedelic Janae Aiko. What's the name of that album?
Sativa.
Is it Sativa?
The one with the yellow turban on her head.
That's what I didn't know. Keem, what's the most you've taken?
A 2-8.
Oh, pass me that.
A 2-8. Okay, so, and I came to this revelation today, so I want to know if y'all feel the same way. Do you feel like people who use drugs to get them to that point aren't that way naturally? And when I say that way, I mean like deep within their feelings, willing to ask themselves the crazy questions. You need the drugs to kind of do it for you.
Are you saying, like, are we able to do that without the
sober?
drugs?
Yeah.
I feel like that's an amazing question, first of all. But for me personally, I don't need the drugs to go that deep. For the grief, yes, I needed something to help me get past that stop, because grief gave me this emotional block.
It was something that happened.
It had to like literally, because I grew up in a family where we meditated. I've had meditation coaches. Like, I've done the work before, but this was something new, being in my early 20s, and now all this work I've done, all the spiritual work I've done, I have no answer. I have no way to get through this dark place. And I used to, if you guys would know me when I was younger, I was not doing drugs. I was like, oh my God, you smoke weed? Oh my God, you're doing shrooms? What's going on? Completely different person now. And I will say, drugs from some people, it may not work. It causes some anxiety for certain people. It can cause, things to go on mentally.
I like her so much.
Yeah, it's not for everybody.
She is.
Well, make sure you come and get your lashes done.
I'm obsessed with her right now because people say the dumbest shit about weed being for everybody.
And it's not. It's not.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. This man has seen me have panic attacks.
Yeah, same. I have friends the same. So it's
I
like
can't do
that,
it.
I can't tolerate that. So for me, it's like, and then too, let's be truthful here. I know we say it's not a gateway drug, but for some people, anything is a gateway drug.
Period.
So it doesn't really matter what it is. And I just know for me, it works for me. Now, I do have friends where I feel like, hey, you smoking every day, all day. We're not functioning. What's going on? And you want to go to the next step. But why? What's the next step for you? What do you need these drugs for? But for me and my husband, we use it more so as a wellness, as a healing, as a holistic. We use it as a practice, as a medicine.
And as long as you're not freaking out.
Yeah.
I like I said, I don't judge. All my friends are fucking potheads. They're with the shits. I had to stop because my ass was literally losing my fucking mind. Like, I literally felt like I had bipolar personality disorder.
It, yeah.
Like, I thought I was going crazy. That shit is not for everybody.
It's not. It's really not. And that's okay, And I'm sure you have your own things you do to cope throughout life for your emotional state. So, hey.
That's a good question. Keem, what is your vice?
So we get a little too deep now, huh?
Weed.
No, we're good. Nah, there she go.
Why is weed your vice?
I'm sorry, don't let me answer for him. I be
You really
talking
feel that way?
She hit it right on the fucking head. Oh, yeah.
He smokes
But
all
what's the
time.
definition? Y'all know that the vice is supposed to be a negative thing we do to get in life. Why is it negative for you?
It's negative for me because I find myself using it as a release. God should be my release. God
Period.
is my release. However, I'm only human, and that's not an excuse, but it is just me saying I'd be lying if I didn't. Oh God, I've had a bad day. I can't wait for a blunt. Rather than
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Let's roll it. It's a ritual. Let's roll it up. Let's smoke it. Let's light it. The
breakdown process.
It's everything.
Is therapeutic.
Yeah,
It's a habit at this point.
Yeah. But then it's like, so if you want me asking a question, Keith, like, do you feel like, are you able to say, okay, today I'm not going to smoke until I get home, or maybe I'm going to hold off one day and just see how my mental is? Are you able to do that?
Without a doubt.
Okay, but I feel like that's good then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to.
But you don't want to, and that's how he is.
I just want to let you know, bro. Weed is in the Bible. The burning bush.
You ain't
That
gotta
was
tell me.
a-
You ain't gotta tell
We're
That was
not
some really
judging.
good weed.
We're not judging weed
It was
at
talking
all.
to you. You've hit some good weed where you was like, damn, this shit
We're
talking
not
to me.
judging
Like,
y'all at all. We're not judging you at all.
I love it.
Judgment free zone.
I smoke like a chimp. You feel what I'm saying? But like, it's. I've been high for 10 years. That's literally how I put it, and I can't put it no other way. Like, even being sober, I still feel high.
I'm not gonna lie to you, King, bro. I feel like when I started smoking is around the time you started smoking.
That's right. That's almost right. I feel like that's right. He didn't smoke for a long time.
I started smoking.
Better yet,
it was
when did you get high? Like,
the first time I got high.
Like, oh, I'm geek. This is
the first time I got high, I blacked out. We was at Michael's house and we was taking bong, like his homemade little.
All right, his grass.
He was hitting grass.
So I'm gonna tell you, that was around like 2014, 15ish.
No, we was still in high school.
Y'all was still in high school.
We was still in high school.
Okay, so I was smoking. I got high at 16. That's 2011, November 2011.
Now we know the month.
His memory is impeccable.
Were you around before the bishops were in that house, the house they're in now, when they were off Terra, like Panhandle?
In the cul-de-sac.
No.
It was in the cul-de-sac or something?
No, before
the one where y'all did Chips for Days.
No, before then.
No.
The original Chips for Days?
The one with the staircase on both sides.
No, this is a different one.
Like, okay, you walk in, you see the living room, you go straight through the kitchen on your left. The den right here is a staircase right there by the TV on the left side.
On the left, and you go up. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
I was only there when I recorded Life.
That's the house I first smoked weed in.
Okay.
At that time. Were you smoking weed then?
I probably. You don't remember what grade you was in?
Well, the
He's
reason
the only one with good memories.
Tell him the truth. The reason why I'm saying this is because I've been on the road with this guy.
He don't
we were away for weeks.
I remember everything.
And he wasn't smoking.
I know.
And it's same King though.
No. He had these big glasses.
Yes, the flat top.
Yes, and he would wear these cool little colored hats.
I'm gonna tell you.
He was so different.
Y'all wasn't you wasn't around when Keem was just being Isaiah.
Yes, God.
So,
that's my guy.
I don't know, Keem.
Look,
Isaiah was
I'm gonna break it down. When we was the Famous Boys, at that time, it was 2013 type shit, right? Y'all was seniors. We just graduated. Nigga, I got my car.
Thank God.
I remember that. Every time I got in your car, nigga,
I got my car. So a lot of my partners left. Like my nigga P went to college. June went to college. So I ain't have nobody on Southside. P introduced me to some niggas. No names. But I was riding around with niggas, and they was smoking me up type shit. So that's what King was doing. And then come every Wednesday and Friday, we would come and meet at David's house for fucking choreography with Chris Flo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would come through Zooted.
Yeah.
Me and Mike would come through
Thinking the whole room up.
Bro,
yeah.
Come on, you know.
But I say that because we've been on trips, bro, and it was like, we might smoke a little bit more than back then, but I feel like the same genuine conversations we're having now we could have had back then.
When he was sober.
When he was sober.
Yeah,
for sure.
But he was also a child.
Yeah.
He was a child. He was different. I wasn't there for the progression either. I was there for Isaiah. No. I was there for Isaiah, and then this random nigga came out, and it was King. And I said, what the fuck happened? It was so bad to the point where he had to pull me to the side. He said, bitch, I'm grown. I said, what is going on? I really didn't know him as the man he is today. I knew him as a young nigga that didn't smoke with the big glasses. Mm-hmm. So I think the progression part I missed too, because he definitely, changed into somebody that he probably wanted to be back then. But we was children. Your mama not going to let you smoke weed all day.
How is mom doing, bro?
She's great.
Mom's is great. Mom's is beautiful. Mom's is flourishing. She just closed on a new house.
Okay.
So,
Congratulations, Mom.
Congrats to Mom, man.
How did she feel? Because I feel like it was back then. I'm going to take it back then.
Okay.
I feel like there was a disconnect with y'all when it came to the music stuff.
Yes and no. So part of that disconnect was me just being childish. And, you know, I have to take that. I have to shoulder that. My mom ultimately, for me, like all of our moms, I would hope, wanted something that was guaranteed. My mom wanted something that was secure. And I can't blame her for that. I can't blame her for being realistic when thinking about a 1 in a 99 million chance. Like, you can't, especially coming from, my mom was born in the 70s. You can't tell somebody like that, I'm gonna be big, and expect them to be behind it 110% like you are.
But can you shoulder being childish as a child?
Say again?
Can you said you will take that on, like you'll shoulder, oh, I was being childish, part of that. You were a child. So I don't think it's the same thing.
I would say he was a child, but back then, even then, out of everybody I knew, he was rapping at a grown man level.
You can be, I'll disagree with that, but that's fine.
No, hold on, wait, no, tackle that. You can have a mature pen and still be young-minded, because for sure,
he was her child. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. If you're under 18 in my house, you're my child. So she still looks at you as a child. So how can you really just call yourself childish? You were really, truly a small boy.
Facts.
These are facts.
So do you, but you say you will shoulder that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, do you ever think about that? Like, what was my true age? Like, what was I really doing?
Nothing.
Okay.
I was writing. I had a binder full of raps. I still have that binder to this day on my life. I say on my life because I'm not putting shit on. I'm not doing. Stop putting stuff on people's lives, y'all. But
why? What that mean?
Man.
Okay. Well, look. Since we're going there, I feel like this not on wax. So this is my last question.
All right.
You got to talk about how Tim influenced you.
Oh, there we go.
Wow.
Go ahead.
That's heavy. All right. So, y'all want the long story or the
First off, rest in peace, Big Tim.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, my dog, for real. Wow.
You can do the short story.
Short story, it's still gonna be kind of long, but Tim was Young Ills was the rapper and person who taught me and OTS June how to rap. He taught June first, and you know I met June when I was 11. You know, around 2005, coming into 06. We started middle school and we ended up in chorus together. I didn't want to be in chorus. I wanted to be in band. My mom somehow put me in chorus. So that's how I met June. Talk about fate. So later on down the line, we're in high school, freshman year. I'm telling June, yo, I wanna do music, bro. He's like, okay, well, I'm in a group. It's me, David, shout out Dose, and it's Tim. You know Tim? At the time, Tim was the tallest nigga not the school. I mean, not our grade, but in the school. Like, he was tall as shit. I didn't let this shit go out. Damn. So, you know, I meet him. I'm like, yeah, actually, I got a class with bruh. So I'm like, yo, I talked to June. He told me to hit you up because I want to do music. He was like, all right, this is my number. This is back when niggas was using home phones. So, bruh gave me his number. I call him that day I get home from school. He's like, all right, click. He didn't even say hello. He's like, All of a sudden, I hear 4 niggas on the phone. So it's me, it's June, it's Tim, it's David. Niggas is like, I'm blazing, putting heat in the sky, in the middle of the sky. They tell them I'm blazing, no wings on my back, but they said on them Superman fly. I still remember the lyrics because they had me and David singing it, and then June and Tim had a verse. Bro, I kid you not. 2 days later, June called me. He clicks me in, and I hear like a bunch of like smickering and laughing and shit. So Tim was like, June, did you tell him? He was like, man, I don't, man. So after like 2 minutes of stalling, all I hear is, Keem, you're out your group. You're out. Like, click. Tim was like, you're out the group. So I'm like, all right, well, shit, fuck that. But I was still on the phone with niggas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even after that, I was still on the phone with niggas. And then like, I'm gonna open up even more. Like, So Far Gone came out. Oh, it was a rap, bro. I was like, June, I gotta rap. I gotta rap, bro.
I gotta do this. This is my life.
You know, June was like, no. Because I was singing at first.
Gotcha.
When I told him I wanted to make music, I was singing at first. I was like, all right, let me try this chorus shit and see what I can, you know, utilize with this chorus experience. But somehow he ended up like being like, all right, bro, I'll talk to Tim. It still didn't work, but I begged him. I was like, yo, please, bro, teach me. So he was like, all right, bro, we're going to start from scratch. This shit's going to be hard. I don't believe you're going to be able to do it, but okay, let's go. So he broke down bars. He broke down how to count, but I didn't know what a bar was. I was like, what the, huh? He was like, bro, it's da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's a bar. I was like, okay. He was like, all right, now I'm finna rap 4. Now I'm finna rap 8. Now I'm finna rap 16. That's a complete verse. Like, he really broke down the science of that shit.
I want to say that this man is 11. I just want to add that part.
Wow.
There are people who can't even write rhymes, can't do bars. They're 38.
Oh, God.
This is an 11-year-old boy.
Oh, no.
Facts.
We weren't up. They were probably doing this when they were 11, but
By the time he's telling you,
we're
what,
14.
16? Oh, 14.
14.
Oh, sorry, excuse me. This is a 14-year-old boy.
It's a freshman year, and I started writing my verses, and I wouldn't even do like my schoolwork. Like, I'd be in class every period, new verse. Every period, new verse. Like, I was getting B's and C's. I'm not really proud of that, but like, shout out to them verses, because them hoes was hard to me. And then I would come home and I'd rap them for him on the home phone. He'd be like, trash. But it got better, and eventually, you know, he got to the point where he even told me he would kill me. He was like I want to be the best, bro. Like, you getting too good at this shit.
And I want to bring that back, circle that back to anime. That's what intrigues me about your story the most.
Sensei.
Because in every anime character that I've watched, the main character is always the underdog in the beginning.
For sure.
And he embodies the fucking underdog. Like, I'm just going to be honest. You know this. I've told you this. I never thought this nigga would rap. Let me tell the camera. I never thought this nigga could rap. I was like, what are you saying? I don't give a fuck, blah, blah. I had my favorite rapper at the time. The way this nigga has came out and just single-handedly annihilated every nigga that was better than him in high school is crazy. We never thought it would be him. And the fact that anime is his inspiration, it's like his story is going in that direction.
Wow.
So it's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I couldn't have said it myself. Like, no, but like that is to an extent sometimes how I feel, and like I kind of put that on my Leo side, you know, main character syndrome and shit like that. Like, I really don't. It's a battle that I have within me where it's kind of like, bro, I really don't know shit. I'm nothing at all in a universal aspect. Like, I'm a speck in a speck. Like, I get real deep, bro.
No, it's
but
cool.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I have to battle with that, but then I also have to battle the fact that there are a lot of people who depend on me. There are a lot of people who understand my understanding and how I talk and how I express myself and how I encourage them to express themselves, and, you know, to do the rewiring process where we rebuild ourselves and we kind of leave things out that we learned as kids that we don't necessarily need. Actually, that we don't need indefinitely. Like, it's detrimental, you know. So that is who I am now.
Well, take us back to Tim. So when did you put out your first record, and how did he feel about that solely?
So, at that time, we were a group. It was Toon Raw. And the Raw stood for Rappers Against the World. You feel me? So we were remixing a bunch of songs. Like we remixed Make It Rain by Travis Porter. And, you know, those were like one of the first songs, but like he went on his own shit and made a project called Yo Beat Ain't Safe. And like he was doing, you know, Pretty Boy swag, but he was just rapping. This is a 16-year-old nigga. Like he dropped out of high school, got a job at Kroger's, would make his check every week, walk home, and then go and get studio time.
Damn.
We're 16.
Yeah.
I'm worried about getting 2 pairs of J's for the first day of school. That's just to show y'all where my mind was at versus his. You feel me? It's perspective. I have to do this shit. I have to win. Not because I feel like he's haunting me, but because I feel like his drive was so pinpoint. I wish other people had the privilege of witnessing what he could have been. You feel me? Because that shit is heavy on me. Like, I don't talk about him much, but the drive, the reason why I'm 28 and I started this shit at 14 and I am where I am and I'm still pushing this shit as if I just got out of high school is because of him. You feel me? So, and he's in June too.
Yeah.
He's in a lot of other people.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not even the rapping influence. Like I've known a lot of people in our grade, and Tim was one of the ones that I really wasn't even close to Tim. Like, honestly, like, I wasn't close to him. I didn't talk to him. I was in a whole nother friend group. The friends that I know that have spoke to him speak differently. They move differently. It's like they all have this very strange influence by this guy.
It's crazy because it was maybe like a week before he passed. I don't know. I think it was Facebook. He was either Facebook or MySpace, but you know, the Famous Boys, we were doing our little thing, recording off a little tape recorder and then selling it at our middle school for money.
I love when y'all did that.
But he reached out to us and was like, y'all keep doing y'all thing. And it was like, because he knew David. So it was like he saw us doing our thing. And I remember David was like, yeah, we going to work with him. And I didn't know him, but I saw the impact. It was the first time I ever experienced like death in a youth.
Yeah.
And seeing my friends genuinely hurt by it. It hurt me. Yeah. So like I went to the funeral. I wanted to be there to support them, David. And I got teary-eyed at the funeral just seeing our alumni being there. Yeah. And he didn't, like you said, he dropped out, so he wasn't even there. And everybody showed up. And I do want to say, I feel like when you do a record, and I know the first time I heard you rap, you said, I go hard in the paint like Picasso with an erection. On this real trap beat, like
It's not worse than the iPhone bar.
And like, if you know Keem don't talk like that. Keem don't like talk like that. So I feel like in a way you embody him when you step into that booth. For real.
He was that nigga was gritty. Like he
If y'all seen that Michael Jordan
bars, like I'm going through boom pow, turning into chicken noodle soup, abracadabra poop, pretty boy swag, invisible roof on the coupe. Like nigga was spazzing, and it's like, this is 16-year-old. You're fucking 16. Why are you rhyming like you're fucking? You know what I'm saying? And
I feel like he made them all level up like that. Like when he's hanging up on him, no, you can't do it. 16-year-old niggas is pussy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to tell a nigga that his bar is trash because you don't want to get into a fight the next morning. He don't give a fuck. He hanging up on you, telling you you're not in the group no more. Now you see this man being the best that he can be because of that. They all were at their best when he was alive. I feel like, no shade, once he passed, it was like niggas got lacked because they ain't had that nigga to hang up the phone on them no more.
They were just putting out anything at one point. Anything.
I'm gonna fucking die. Them
it was
niggas
like a
was
contest
putting out
to the
any
top.
fucking
Who got the
thing.
most music?
Thank you
Nah, it was
for
high
being
school.
honest. I don't give a
come on,
fuck.
I'ma
Niggas
tell
was
you.
pointing
I'ma tell
out
you.
bullshit.
I'm gonna tell you.
It was trash.
After he passed, yes. And like it was like after he passed because me and June had already dropped. Like June dropped a project called The Last Number One. That nigga sold. He made physical copies. Came out with sleeves.
Brought
Nigga
100
sold-
to
nigga
the
sold
school
100 copies in
and
the
sold
morning.
all of them for $1. Made
Nigga was eating
$100
breakfast buying June's copies.
for
bro.
$9.
For a nigga made $100
And by 9 o'clock,
before
That's
first period.
crazy.
How you make $100
He
with a duffel
did.
bag of CDs in your
that shit was amazing to me. I never seen nothing like that
He was
before.
one of them
I just-
ones.
He was the
Nigga
guy.
went platinum.
He went crazy.
Come on, like that's some real. That like you gotta really. That's fire.
That shit was crazy.
That's fire. So you know moments like those. Yeah, like after he dropped The Last Number One, and then I followed up with Life. Niggas just started coming up with music left and right. It was, oh, you rapping now? Bet.
And that Paul was on the show the other day. I was talking about at our school. I feel like other schools, it went by what sports you played on the popularity. At our school, it was what music and you made.
God,
That was some Dutchtown ass shit.
It was
the
really
talent
like,
show.
I'ma
It
be
was
real.
what you doing.
It was really how you dressed, bro.
Well, yes, but I'm saying rappers, what he's saying is the sport of it all.
Of it all,
Yeah,
yeah.
niggas got Jordans. Niggas couldn't dress for real, but I'm going to let that go. Niggas was wearing Jordans their mamas bought. That was fire. But at the end of the day, we was looking at what music you dropped on live mixtapes, your SoundCloud bullshit. Niggas was on that.
They messed up when they did a talent show.
And that's when everything went
Yeah,
That's when everything turned a fucking
The fucking
round.
talent show junior year, late 2011. That shit sparked it all.
Bro.
Heaven came. What was we gonna do?
That was my first time performing in front of a crowd that
Can I know your
big.
name?
Bro, after that,
Come on.
it changed. Like it
Hey.
The trajectory changed.
it really changed, and you started to see everybody not afraid to put their talent out there. I feel like everybody had a little bit of I can rap, I can do. Nigga, they was in the cafeteria in the morning freestyling and stuff.
On God
But
with the
when-
pencils.
Bro.
Basically, like
It was
Crazy.
by accident though. It wasn't like it was Tri-Cities or no shit where it was the arts or no shit like that. It was literally just people. We were from the suburbs. We ain't no hood kids. Our parents got fucking 3-bedroom houses. They be together and shit.
Facts.
We literally liked music.
You know, I always like to make a joke. I'm like, I have never met so many suburban thugs.
We
I'm like,
are
it's
from
the craziest thing.
We are from the suburbs, baby. That's why I love Henry County. I rep Henry County forever. And everybody's like, oh my God, I'm from somewhere else. No, bitch, I'm from Henry County.
And see, I'm not gonna
Because I
lie.
don't even play that game. Tanya could afford it.
Oh Lord.
What about it?
I'm just saying, Mama took care.
I had a MacBook. I was 16 years old. Stop playing with me.
But for someone who came from Fulton County,
I'm
me,
so sorry.
It was a shock.
I'm so sorry.
It was a shock. Don't be sorry because we the real ones. But it's okay though.
But it's not no.
okay.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not no thug shit. I'm sad that no shade. I'm sad that the men take that route to try to pretend like they on the thug shit. Women don't do that. We are proud to be from Henry County because when niggas approach us, they know where we come from.
correct.
If I'm not lying
You
to
gonna
you,
date me, nigga? I'm from the suburbs. You can't do shit.
and
to
I
me.
wish that was the truth all the time. But my clientele is a lot of Henry County women, and you're my love. You are one of the first few that I've got that energy.
So
from.
they pretend like they from the hood?
yeah, girl.
They
And they-
Are they from Hudson Bridge? No. They can get the hood dudes, but do they act like they're from the hood?
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah.
I
Yes, they
can't
do.
believe
So-
bitches stop lying.
Stop embarrassing her.
PSA.
Stop embarrassing, okay?
That's crazy. No.
No.
Look, I want to ask Kim a question real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Now, you said that's that Leo in you. So where's the Leo fall? On your chart.
Hey, my
Yeah.
dog. We were.
He's just a
alive,
sun
you know
sign.
what I'm saying?
His
You know.
moon is
All right,
Cancer.
Come on.
I was okay because she knows
Okay,
you.
all right. So look. All right. So.
And how deep do you go with this? Like, you say you're a deep person.
We had to show him. We had to show him. Just tell the truth. Your homegirls had to give you your chart.
Correct. Shout out you and Ash. Y'all had to show me.
Okay, yes.
But what happened was, basically, long story short, I wasn't familiar with it all. I just knew that I was born in August.
Okay.
And I knew what time I was born.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, okay, well, you're a Leo and you're a sun sign, blah, 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 blah. And then they were like, all right, what time exactly? I was like 6 a.m. type shit, like 6:04 a.m. They was like, yeah, your moon sign is a Cancer. I'm surrounded by Cancers.
So it resonates for you.
June is my best friend. He's a Cancer.
So would you say you understand June emotionally?
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
110%. That's the reason why we've been able to be friends for over 15 years.
But that resonates because it's like that's what the moon sign shows us, is how we take things emotionally.
Yeah, because I'm an emotional person.
Yeah.
I've cried on the phone with this man.
But Cancers are beautiful, though. I love Cancers. But, we all have our sides.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
All right, so we're going to get to the nitty-gritty part of the show. What the people want to know.
Oh, shit.
Are you in Keem's Close Friends?
What do you mean?
Do you have a Close Friends?
What is Close Friends?
Group on Instagram.
You talking about, like them little stories and shit.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
I don't think he
I'm going to be
has
real.
one.
Like, my close friends is like shrooms shit. Like, when I be tripping and like.
Oh, so that means I'm not in it.
My little random posts. You are. Like.
There's no way. I've never seen the green bubble.
Everybody. No. That just goes to show you how rare I trip.
Okay.
I trip on occasion. Like, I trip.
For a purpose?
I trip for purpose, correct, with intent. Not necessarily to, like, try and reach the other side or some other shit. I just like to celebrate myself. And I feel like the shrooms are an opportunity for me to say, this doesn't matter. The outside world doesn't matter. My happiness is what matters. My world, my right now is what matters. So that's what,
Okay. So, what
the close friend? That's what the close friends is.
Yes, sir.
Consistent of.
Who's close friend? I mean, like, what are you in anybody's close friends? You ain't got to put their name out there, but what is that?
I'm in a lot of people's close friends.
What's that
I don't
like?
even be watching them.
What's that like though? Who what they posting like? What is in?
I think.
Why are you in there? Why do you think they put you to be in there?
Hey, maybe they want me to come shop.
This man.
So it's a lot of plugs.
It's a lot of plugs. Yeah.
What the females looking like?
I don't know.
Keem being modest right now. Look,
man,
camera died on
look,
this.
I'm gonna put it like this, bro. The shorties that I follow and the shorties that follow me are not on that type of time. And if they are, I don't know about it.
Got you. Okay.
Because I don't watch them.
We gonna
I
go.
don't watch the close friends.
Stop the cap.
So
Big booty
what's going on with your close friends, man?
All of my close friends are women.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a lot of close friend things.
Yeah.
All right. So, TT.
Oh, I hate to burst this whole bubble, but I really feel like close friends isn't that anymore. I feel like people just add everybody and just subtract the people that they don't want to see certain stories. I'm in so many people's close friends that it's not real. Like, it doesn't feel like anything private anymore. It just really feels like something that they don't want this one or two people to see.
Facts.
So I'm in a lot of close friends. It's nothing happening. These bitches is on the sidewalk on the street. Like, bitch, let me tell y'all something. If y'all gonna put me in your close friends, suck some dick. That's where I'm at with it. Making an OnlyFans, that's what I like to say. Suck dick. Bitches not sucking dick no more.
And Close Friends Podcast, we're gonna have some OnlyFans creators in here pretty soon. We got somebody lined up for y'all. So have y'all ever had a situation where you wanted to be taking out somebody's close friends? Like, or you see some shit, you like, take me out this shit. Like, I wish they would take me out this shit.
Bitches don't show nothing for real.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty cringy shit.
Speak on it, bro.
I think that's why I stopped.
Speak on it. Name what you saw. What made you say, like, you know what? I might not click on this green icon no more, or
Man, it was a picture of somebody's shit.
they just.
Hey,
Yeah,
and I kind of like muted like the nigga after. I was like, yo, why? Because at first off, I was kind of taken back at the fact that I was in bruh's close friends, and I was like, I just, I met you because you was selling weed at a show, and you got me in your close friends.
But that's what I'm saying.
You taking pictures of your shit?
No, it's literally to seclude other people. It's not even that. Like, what we thought was going to be close friends is not that. Just like with everything with social media. They make something for the intent for it to be this way, and we as a collective change whatever it means. So I'm telling you, it literally is not that. Like, the nigga just taking out the bitch that he don't want to see his dick. Which is crazy because you can hide your fucking story from the person specific. But again, we always say this term, user error. Users do what the fuck they want to do with the shit.
Facts.
Definitely.
Facts. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to go get Glass Ceilings right now by your boy Keem. You got anything to say, bro?
This has been an interesting podcast, but I love it, man. Niggas is potting. For sure. Glass Ceiling out right now. Shout out OTS. Shout out Deshaun Visions. Shout out T. Shout out Junior. Shout out Close Friends. We here.
Yes, sir. The camera died, bro. I'm sorry. Deshaun, you got anything to say?
I just want to say it's a pleasure to be here, and I mean, you damn near already said it. Go stream Glass Ceilings. It's going up, and don't be one of those people that last second catch on and be like, I've been on. No,
Tell
you
them
wasn't.
where to follow you.
No, you would.
Tell them where to follow you. Tell them where to follow you. How you spell that name? Tell them about that Solstice album. Tell them about all that.
But you got an album coming out, or is
he
it
got an
already out?
album that's out, and
It's
that
out.
shit going crazy.
Okay, so we're gonna have to have you back. We're gonna have to have you back for your interview for sure.
Like 100,000 plus crazy. He going stupid.
If the @ is too
silly,
hard
man.
to spell, we'll bring it up on the
Oh,
screen.
nah, it's really just my name on all platforms. Deshaun Visions with a Z instead of an S at the end.
Bet. TT.
I just want to shout out 21 and Divorced. Y'all know that's my old podcast. I love y'all. Love y'all ladies. Shout out Asha Mitt. And Instagram, ANA_JOI_ANA_JOI_. Follow me. Love y'all.
We gotta do a combo show.
No, that shit been over.
It's over?
Oh, yeah. I had 2 seasons of that shit and I let it go.
Well, if you ever think about coming back, we got this podcast space. We'll talk about it.
Fucking will.
Wifey, you got it. You want to shout out your business and everything you got going on?
Oh, y'all already know. Oh My Beauty _. Follow me. I do all your beauty needs. And of course, follow my personal page for your modeling needs as well. Oh me, oh my.
And shout out to X360 FM, a global independent station. Listen to The Wave, your favorite radio station. Visit our site at www.x360fm.com, where you can book your podcast area and soon studio time. We out.
Yes, sir.
You're